Welcome to another Epic Africa episode. In this one, we head into Zimbabwe to visit the Gonarezhou National Park. We start off staying at the Kruger Park before we head deeper into the park, cross the Rundu River, and experience the beautiful Marlothi cliffs.
Okay, so nice morning from Kruger Park here. We arrived late last night, so I didn't film anything. It was very dark and we had to get ready. But check the setting behind me. Beautiful. Absolutely amazing, eh? On our absolute own out here, I don't think we're going to see anyone. Got our own pan with water, which is great. Nice and full. Last night there was elephant coming down, buffalo, I'm sure we saw a hyena, and the buffalo chasing the hyena. So the elephant were going crazy right until like 11 o'clock at night, having a big bath here and playing in the water, so very, very cool. I'll show you around it a little bit more later in terms of the campsite and where we stay, but yeah, it's proper remote, absolutely, and beautiful day. Sun's coming up, I reckon it is going to get a little warm, but cooled down nicely last night, so we had a good sleep. But yeah, it was a bit of a haul yesterday. We think we drove most of the day, sort of underestimated the track a little bit from Mozambique, the Limpopo river crossing, and then that track that goes between there and the border was quite slow going. You can see it's taken quite a hit from all the rain that they've had lately. So yeah, we'll catch up a little bit later, and I'll hopefully get some good shots of some animals coming down, some bird life around here. It's pretty good, so yeah.
After arriving in the dark the night before, we were quite keen just to relax and enjoy the only full day we had at Kruger Park. It was really hot, and with limited shade around camp, the kids cooled off with a spray bottle of water, and we enjoyed some adult beverages and good food.
Yes, you can. We're just making some of the Almaraz premium Angus boerewors for lunch, and we're going to have some taste testers. Look at this view though. Doesn't really get better than some boerewors taste testers and this view.
Did you tell him that it dropped on the floor?
No, I haven't told anyone. How's your horse?
Yummy, but it dropped on the floor.
Pretty, it's pretty.
Just say it's yummy. Let's see, what about yours?
Yummy!
Delicious. Best horse roll ever.
Yes.
Thankfully, the temperatures turned more comfortable as the sun set, and we were able to light a campfire, have a bra, and enjoy watching the wildlife wandering down to the pan for a drink all evening.
No. Looks flippin' good.
We packed up camp early the next morning to avoid the heat of the day and got on the road to our next stop.
Okay, so we finished packing up and we're heading out of Kruger Park. I think we've got like what, 70 k's?
Yeah, 70.
Like 70 k's. We head to Chinguli campsite today, which is one of the developed camps, which means that they have some ablutions and like a little camp shelter and I think a bra stand, but still no power or anything. We had a good stay here. I would say the only downside to this camp is that there's not very much shade. So yeah, yesterday we absolutely baked in the sun, but yeah, still very enjoyable. There was lots of activity at the waterhole, especially during the evenings. And while we were sleeping last night, lots of splashing and buffalo and elephant and stuff coming down. Had a hyena calling, but haven't seen any of that sort of big game just yet. So yeah, we're pretty excited to get that side to see the Rundi River, do some water crossings, and see what the rest of Gonarezhou is all about.
It wasn't long before we arrived at Chinguli Camp. This is one of the developed campsites in Gonarezhou, located roughly in the middle of the park along the Rundi River. It is set in a beautiful rocky area where the floodplains are dotted with hippo pools and small rapids, and all 5 of the campsites here have stunning views of a small cliff on the opposite bank.
So we're in, if you go over here, that's better, sort of. It's very windy, so and I don't know where the little cover's gone for the mic. Yeah, anyway, we're in, did a little setup. We're going to cruise down to the causeway now, cross over, go to the reception, I think. Maybe have a little swim down there. It says you can swim, yeah, but they are crocs, so you've got to be very careful, so rather not take a chance. And yeah, it's flipping, it's hot, but check. Nice larper behind us, so I'm sure this wind will calm down later, and yeah, fantastic afternoon and evening. Cheers.
With it being too windy to set up our camp, we headed down to the Fisherman's Causeway, where the camp attendants at Chinguli said we could let the kids have a splash in the river. Of course, watching out for any crocs or big game that might be in the area. But when we got there, it was really shallow and it was perfectly safe. There were even a few other vehicles enjoying the afternoon. Naturally, we couldn't help but do the river crossing while we were down there a couple times too. And then it was time to head back to camp for a pizza night.
So, some nice places here. We will decorate them with some good things. But yeah, beautiful evening except for the wind, unfortunately. But anyway, gotta take what we can get sometimes. I was just taking a little walk down here, on the rocks. See some hippos over here. Heard them making a noise this morning. There's a lot of crocs in here too. So definitely need to stay away from the river's edge. But yeah, it's absolutely beautiful. A little bit of wind still, so hopefully you can hear me, but oh, look at this. Amazing. Different park. Some amazing wildlife in here for sure, but the scenic aspect to it is just next level. So yeah, really stoked to be here.
Morning. We are all packed up and ready to leave Chinguli camp. Yeah, it was an awesome camp to stay in. Spent 2 nights. We stayed in campsite number 5. And it's right on the Rundi River with these beautiful pools, hippos, crocs, lots of elephant action. Yeah, again, not too many trees or too much shade, but they do have a central larper that keeps very cool, so that's very helpful. There's a tap, little brass stand at every site, but obviously no electricity or anything like that. And the ablutions are spotlessly clean. There's only 5 sites, so even if they're all full, I mean, it's not a hugely busy camp. Yeah, we really enjoyed it here, so I'll show you around some of the sites quickly. Number 5, that we stayed in, is right at the end, so that was quite nice and private, nobody driving past, but all of the sites are actually really nice and all of them have a decent view. So that's number 5 where we were. And just up here is number 4, so it's not really right on the edge of the rocks. It's campsite 2. It's also set back from the rocks, and then across from it is campsite number 1, which is very, very nice. I like that one. Lots of flat ground here as well, really lovely views of all the pools. So I'd say that one might be the best. And then there's your ablutions. Nice clean showers, beautiful clean toilets, open air. So yeah, we've loved it, hey? We've really enjoyed this camp, but pretty excited now. We're going to move on to the Gonarezhou Cliffs camp. I believe there's 2 campsites there, but they're pretty far apart and they are not developed camps, so no facilities. Yeah, I've been one of my bucket lists to see the Gonarezhou Cliffs, so I'm really looking forward to that. And they look beautiful and shady and right next to the river, so it's going to be awesome. We've just left Chunguli camp and there's a massive baobab that we were taking some pictures at, and saw lion spoor in the road, and just drove like a couple meters up and there's 3 huge male lions here. They're very skittish. I believe the lion population here is in recovery. So I don't think that they see a lot of people very nervous, but yeah, we are very lucky to be seeing this. And in fact, they ask you at reception to report if you've seen any lion, cheetah or wild dogs, so awesome.
It's keeping a good eye on Brad there.
Tree there.
That means
Very nervous.
we need to go close to it.
They're very skittish.
Find it.
Very.
Looking at us. And there's also one over there.
I think I saw 3 in total.
Yeah, there is.
Poking behind the rock there.
There's one down lower as well.
Fully aware that we were just spoiled with a lion sighting that was pure luck, we headed down to the Fisherman's Causeway to head towards our next spot, only 12 kilometers away at the Gonarezhou Cliffs exclusive campsite. We had to stop for a celebratory gin and tonic on the Rundi River first, of course, but then it was time to cross the causeway, for real this time. There aren't really any words to describe the scenery in this beautiful park. As we got closer to the Gonarezhou Cliffs, the fantastic red sandstone layers became more visible, showing the beautiful colors that have been formed through decades of erosion on these rocks. This Rundi River Valley is so scenic, it's just hard to put into words. But that's why we have cameras.
Yeah, so we've just arrived this morning at the Gonarezhou Cliffs campsite. This is where we'll be spending the next 3 nights. Fantastic site, nice and big, got plenty of space for all our bush larpers. There's 3 of us, as you know, so need a bit of space to fit in here, a little bit better than the last site. I mean, we get this beautiful view of the cliffs behind us, the Rundu River, elephant already been coming down while we've been setting up, so yeah, absolute magic. Yeah, we're just going to chill today, see what comes down to the river. Hopefully we'll get some more elephants and a few other things. Yeah, after that lion sighting this morning, it's obviously started the day well, so pretty stoked about that. And then yeah, tonight we'll just have a nice braai, cook up some good meat, and tomorrow we'll probably head off to the causeway down here and go see if we can have a little dip in the river, a little bit of a drive. But I mean, look, with a site like this, you could sit here all day. It's absolutely magic. So yeah, nice setup. Yeah, you'll see behind me Starlink. Yeah, we've obviously, as I said, set it up at each campsite, and it's been working perfectly, getting good speeds. We can do all our work, we can check on our emails, that sort of thing, in between obviously our viewings. And yeah, what a nice office just to sit here. Here comes Brad. He's been he's running away already. He's been borrowing our toaster. One of the good things of having an inverter is being able to run a toaster rather than having to try and fry up the bread make toast. Yeah, very cool. We got plenty of sun for our solar panels. They're all running behind the bush over there, putting some good power in, and our fridges all working pretty well, so no issues, which is great. So yeah, we'll catch up with you possibly at the causeway, where we're going to have a nice dip.
It was October 2023 when we visited Gonarezhou National Park, and the daily temperatures were in the high 30s. Being able to swim in the shallow waters of the causeways was an absolute lifesaver for us, and especially for the kids. This is the Bopomela Causeway, and it is particularly good for swimming, with very few rocks, crystal clear water, great visibility all around, and very shallow water for a large area. We spent a good part of the afternoon here without seeing another vehicle, and then headed back to camp for dark.
Okay, we just took some stuff out for dinner. We're going to do the kids pre-cooked mac and cheese from Woolies. We generally take a couple of these on a trip, frozen, just so that it's easy. And our kids are small enough to share one each. They do take up a lot of space in the freezer, so it's ideal that they can share. Then we got some of this awesome meat from the Almarai Butchery. This is gourmet Angus mild sausages. So those look super tasty. We'll probably just cook those up as a snack first. And then for dinner, we are going to have these double lamb chops. Premium lamb. And you can see they've got some fresh herbs on them. Those look really good, and they're huge. So yeah, that'll be enough for a couple people. Do some sides with the limited veggies that we have left, and maybe cook a bread.
Thanks for watching another one of our episodes as we explore epic Africa. A special shout out has to go to Ultimate Roots, who planned and booked our trip to Gonarezhou National Park in Zimbabwe. And secondly, a huge thank you to Almarai Butchery, who sent us the incredible meat to enjoy along our journey. If you like this episode, consider checking out our channel for more adventures. And while you're there, don't forget to like and subscribe. In the next episode, we will spend more time exploring Gonarezhou, so stay tuned, and until next time, cheers.